What's up? This is Big Lee with Hustler Spirit. I'm here with Fleece. What's up, Fleece?
How you doing, big bro?
Doing good. How was your Christmas?
Man, it was Christmas, man. It was good, man. It was more than I expected, having spent so many years of my life in prison. Now I'm out here enjoying a wonderful Christmas. I had yam, uh, fried ham, uh, barbecue ribs, mac and cheese, cranberry sauce, rolls, had greens. Uh, Man, it's just red velvet cake, a whole bunch of stuff. I got full and I was grateful, very grateful.
Good.
And it's just something that, when you're in prison, man, it's just something that all the inmates in there, come Christmas, we wish we were home
Mm.
and on Christmas.
Right.
Uh, there's nothing in prison that can compare to a Christmas on the street. And so I feel grateful and blessed because, I made it to a Christmas. And the reason I made it to a Christmas is because of the changes I made in my mindset, right? What's more important to me, right? Out here in the streets. What do I got to prove out here to anybody anymore? Because I don't live under them rules of the streets no more. The street code, the standards of the streets, the hood. No, I'm out here now trying to never go back to where I came from. So I changed my mindset. We live in a world now where your zero tolerance ain't gonna do it for nobody. Cause you got too many bad behaved people in the world now with attitudes. You have to raise your tolerance up, right? Adjust your mindset to make it out here. And since I've been out, I could have came back to Louisville, and this ain't no joke. I could have came out of prison to Louisville and tore the city up. It was just like wide open. But I done gave all that up. I'm not going back. I'm done trying to be what I never was, and that's a gangster, right? Now, if you ask the average person, are you a gangster? And he say, yeah, ask him for the definition. What does it mean to be a gangster? What is the behavior of a gangster, right? Are they people that care? Are they people that love? People that understand, reasonable, work problems out, in a positive way? What is a gangster, right? And who wants to be that? I'm tired of being nasty and all this stuff, right? I can fight whoever. I gunplay whoever. But I'm not on that no more. So it's a lot of people that come out of prison now and try to make the transition back into this civilized world, as they call it. And they can't make it because their mentality is still back in the day mentality, right? I'm a gangster. I got to prove a point. Prove a point to who? There was a time in my life where you pull a gun on me and don't shoot it. That'll be your biggest mistake. Because I'm going to come get you. But you know what? When I came out of prison this time, I came out changed. I'm not going to get caught up in this, what's going on out here, right? I don't ever want to be a gangster either. Cause I done seen all the gangsters on First 48 sit there and tell everything they know. So who wants that label, a gangster? We done seen what gangsters do now. John Gotti, what's that crime boss head, yeah. he beat and killed people all over Chicago. And turned into a wreck, number one wreck. So, but you got people come out of prison and, you know, think they still gotta be this, right? And I had a gun put on me twice.
Since you've been out?
Since I've been out, man. I mean, pointed, matter of fact, pulled on me and my wife. And we living in an apartment thing, and we got evicted. And so I got married and threw something and hit the camel. And dude come over and we were just leaving the house and he said, who the fuck y'all think y'all are? He said, no, you ain't gonna destroy my place. I killed both of y'all, and pulled a little gun out, a little bitty gun, out of a little bag. And so I went into my little mode, right? I know the types that'll shoot, just run their mouth, right? So I said, come on, baby. I said, look, we ain't got time for this old crap. And walked away, put her in front of me, and I was nervous too, right? Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. I ain't going to sugarcoat this. I actually wanted to kill that man. But you know what stopped me? That's not what I'm about, no. And me and my wife talked about it, and I let it go. And I had another gun pulled on me by mistake, right? He thought I was somebody else. Put it in my side my head, and he was crying. And people was hollering, that's not the one, man, that's not him. Some girl guy came out and said, no, that's not him, man. And then when he took the gun away, he said he wasn't even scared, was he? No, I was in shock. Because I don't like nobody catch me slipping like that, right? Get that close to me. Yeah, I just stood up, but my old person would have went and got a gun, came back, and wasted it. But I'm not on that, man. I'm out here trying to get past whatever I can get past, right? You know, but you got a lot of brothers out here still doing it, man. Soon they feel like they offended. Somebody offends them. They got to go get a gun. I'm offended. I'm mad at you. And shoot somebody and kill them. And then get caught. And then here's the funniest thing about it. When they get caught, and they going to get caught. They going to get caught. And it's going to come out. They're going to end up in prison with a life sentence. And their wives and their kids going to be like, they going to go on with their life. He going to be there with nothing. You know, over a sudden he could have walked away from it. When you know you can walk away from something, walk away from it.
How long did it take for you mentally to be able to handle somebody calling you a snitch or a B or anything out of your name?
It took a while, man, because in his words that was programmed in me to respond with trying to hurt somebody real bad.
You mean in prison?
Yeah, in prison and on the streets.
Oh, okay.
You know, it took me a while to adjust myself to where I can deprogram myself, because I realized that my beliefs got me where I was at, right? Prison, bad beliefs, right? A bad program belief system. You know, I mentally took my own self to prison, right? So I learned that, man. I thought, if I'm going to change, the first thing I got to do is change the way that I was thinking, used to think, the stuff that I went by. You know, like my street principles. I had to lay them down because they ain't worth nothing, right? The street code, right? Kill a rat, somebody call you a bitch, do this to them, do that, shoot the house up, all this. I'm past all that now. You know, I done elevated my mental. You know, and so I think the strongest brothers to me out here in society are those that got that strong mental, the ones that is able to walk away from this crap, the ones that don't have to feel like I'm forced to grab a gun and go kill somebody for what?
We call that being tricked out of your freedom.
Yeah,
Don't get tricked out of your freedom.
Yeah, getting tricked out of your freedom. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. That's what's gonna happen, right? You know, and the thing about it, you got people actually believe that you can't never say I'm weak, right? Because when I held these streets, I held them. You know, when I was into all that ridiculous stuff, guns, and I done been in all them shootouts and stuff before, man. I done went through all that. So, you ain't talking, I tell them, you ain't talking to somebody that ain't experienced it, right? I mean, hard, you know. So, when I gave it up, I gave it up for a reason, right? I think, first of all, the streets ain't the same. A lot of cutthroats out there. Friends today, enemies tomorrow. Break bread with him now, put him out of his misery later on. I mean, that type of stuff was going on. Friends robbing friends, setting them up to get robbed, and everybody trying to obligate somebody to ride with them. Man, I got beef, man, you coming? And you got people that are so ignorant, they'll say, yeah, I'm coming, bro. Don't even know what it's about. All of a sudden, real ignorant. You know.
Trying to keep it real.
Yeah.
Do you believe in it? How do you, what's the definition of keeping it real to you?
The definition of keeping it real is, first of all, you go to the root of it. Realness, man. That's something that should be rooted in a person. You know, you try to keep it real to yourself, not to people around you. You know, because a lot of people like to see entertainment. Sit on the porch all day waiting on somebody to fight out, some guns to go off. So give them something to talk about. So-and-so killed so-and-so, so-and-so. You think you're keeping it real because I'm going to show the people that know me that I ain't a punk, I ain't no pussy and all this. That ain't keeping it real, bro. You know, keeping it real means being able to outthink the ones that is trying to trick you out of your freedom, right? You gotta stand real on that tip right there. Now, you ain't getting that, bro. You know, I ain't gonna, let you do me however you want to do me, but you ain't getting my freedom, man. I gotta keep it real to me and my family. You know, but mainly to me. What I stand for, right? You know, and I feel like there's a lot of things going on since I've been out of here. I done been around people that was getting ready to kill somebody over $10, man. Went over to the man's mama's house. Mama out there and all the sons come out. And they packing. I'm in the car. So I had the car, it was my wife's car. So I had the car parked way up here. So I'm looking through the rearview mirror, and when I seen all them come out, I backed the car up real fast and went up on the sidewalk, parked and let the window down, and just stared at him, gave him a death stare, and I ain't have nothing, man.
That's pretty dangerous. Why you do it?
I'm trying to help this brother that's getting ready to make the biggest mistake in his life, right? Trying to kill his man over $10, man. And he's screaming and hollering, I don't care, that's my money and all that. And the mom was like, and then the sons, when they see me, the ones that was getting ready to pull their stuff, and they see me back up and let the window down and gave them that death stare, they didn't know if I had a shotgun or nothing in their car. They covered their butts and their guns and he got his little $10 and we left, and yeah. I done seen people out here, they program. They think it's weak. They think it's weak to walk away from something, right? I think a strong-minded person, it takes strength to walk away from stuff.
Yeah.
You know, only the strong can do it, right? As far as I'm concerned, the weak is the one that can't raise their tolerance bar. They too weak to do it, right? I got to kill him. You know, they just go tap out, right? It ain't realness. It ain't strength, man. It's weakness.
What would you say to a young person or anybody that's just now getting out, because you know what you was up against when you get out? And what would you tell them to stay out here? How would you word it to them to stay in the free world, not go back in the prison system?
My first thing I would do is tell them, do it for yourself first. If you out here trying to show other people while you was locked up that you gonna change, and they gonna see you as the same, right? Then you'll get to the point, why am I going through all this trying to show people I changed, and they still looking at me as the same shit? I might as well be the same, and you'll go right back into it. That's why when you change, do it for yourself. For nobody. Do it for the fact that you don't realize what you were doing was wrong. Let that be the main reason. It's acknowledging the fact that you were living wrong, thinking wrong, and doing wrong. And it was costing you your life and your freedom. And separation from everybody that really cared about you. So if you want to stay out here, you got to do it for yourself, man. You can't be talked into nothing. You know, you can't live by the street code, the hood standard. You got to live by principles now, real good, deep-rooted spiritual principles that your mama or grandmama tried to put in you. And so, and don't be getting around people, man. What helped me is that I didn't go back around the gangsters.
So you didn't come out and hang with people you did time with?
No, I didn't. No, I'm not gonna hang with them. For what? You know, so they can tell me their problems, make me feel like I'm obligated to do what they do when they need me. You know.
So what I get out of this, when you're in prison, and you can't let nobody slide in prison, because obviously it shows in there they take it as weakness.
Well,
right?
Well, yeah, too. But let me tell you more about prison, though. Yes, you can.
You can let people slide in prison.
You can do it where if you really want to make a change in your life, and you serious about it, you can do it. You can do it in prison. You know, that was a place that when I stopped, I just turned around and stopped everything, you know. You know, fighting, throwing shit, piss, cussing, being mean, all that. I stopped all that.
Did you stop because the torture was getting to you?
No,
you wanted to come home?
That's not a punishment that can break me to that degree, right? You know, I changed due to, man, I started reading. And I'm reading all kinds of books. I read all the wrestling books. I read all the Jake Rowley. I read all of Sidney Sheldon, Herb Roberts, Danielle Steele. I read all of these books, man, and all these books, everybody's book, the Rape of the Man, the psychology books, medical books, whatever I get my hand on, I read.
Which one helped you the most?
The Bible.
The
Bible did. So when it came to change, and I'm still in the process of making further changes in my life, right, for the betterment of me, you know, and so it's a process that I'm proud that I had the courage, right, to change and not care what people think, right? You know, I done walked away from a lot of stuff out here. I done had one guy just call me all kinds of names, bitches and shit. And I knocked out 2 people since I've been out though. But the one dude, he's a neighbor, man. He always running his mouth, come outside with guns and stuff, hollering across the street, right? And me and my wife sitting on the porch. And then we get in an argument. That's another thing. You want to stay on the street. Don't let a woman kick you back in the jail and penitentiary.
Why you saying? What do you mean trick you?
Well,
What taking up for or something? You got to take up for your wife.
Well, no, I was working, man. I was doing houses, and my wife, I got off from work one day. I done hung up all this drywall, and got stuff all over me. Somebody ran up, hey man, your wife and your neighbor, man, just got into it. She said, when you come home, she gonna make you kick his butt. I just shook my head like, man, why is she doing this, man? So I was a peacekeeper that day. He ran his mouth though. But one day he caught me in the wrong mood, man. And I was standing on the sidewalk and he walked up and said, man, get out of the way, nigga. So I stepped into the grass. And then he turned and was trying to talk to the person I was with. And said, man, this nigga did all that. And then French the little, I threw one punch at the left. Knocked him straight out, one punch, right? But then I felt bad about it. But you know, other than that, man, I try to keep the peace out of it, man. I'm not gonna let nobody out think me out here. If I got anything to, you know, as far as get me in trouble, get me back in prison. Now, if I had one wish, man, to all the black men, any men, that come out of prison, it'd be this, man. Make the change, man. What's more important than you trying to protect an image of staying out here in the streets, right? An image, you know, that you're a gangster, that you don't take you don't take no crap, you ain't gonna let nothing go, you ain't weak. There's a weakness in all people. You know, it's from weakness that we become strong. That's how it develops. Nobody's born strong. We develop that from weakness. You know, just like success, right? It don't come to everybody. You know, failure is the key to success. Weakness is the key to strength. So, you know, you can touch up on your weaknesses. Weak thoughts goes through people's mind. Get the gun. That's a weak thought. Why get the gun when the matter's already over? The matter's already over. If you live and the person is still alive, it's over. Let it stay over. Walk away from it. You know, you got people, man, I used to hear that in prison, the only place. Yeah, man. Yeah, I remember him, man. I put a gun on him. Here's somebody in prison talking about a gun he put on somebody when he was on the street. Not even realizing that all that stuff that you talking is why you locked up. That's why you got. And who wants to spend the rest of their life sitting there telling stories about, yeah, man, he wouldn't leave me alone, she this and that, so I wouldn't got the gun and this and that, and tell that story 100 times until you get old and gray-headed. While everybody else is out here enjoying life. Think about it. Yeah, what I want to talk about in this episode is the Christmas experience, right? think on during Christmas season, holidays, especially the Christmas time of the year to forgive and, and show love, kindness. But I reflect on the forgiveness part because I take it serious because God said in the Bible, if you don't forgive, you won't be forgiven. You can be out here doing everything right. But that one thing will take you to hell. If you don't, if there's somebody in your life you ain't forgiven, you won't be forgiven. No matter how much good you do out here. You don't forgive, you won't be forgiven. So during Christmas season, I sit back and think about the people that I must forgive, right? So my mind goes, I spent my life in prison. So my mind goes back to them encounters. So I got to forgive the prison guards at North Point in cell 308. A special made cell that they made for me, supposed to be destructive proof. Put me in there butt naked with nothing. No socks, no mattress, no blankets. Left me in there 8 months, even in the wintertime. I was scraping ice and stuff off the wall. Terrible experience until I tore it all up. So I forgive them. Oh, let me go to Eddyville and forgive some of them guards. I remember the day that they stripped me butt naked in 6 cell house. A cell house that holds over somewhere around 300-400 inmates. They stripped me butt naked, put shackles on my ankles, handcuffed me, then put the steel chain around my waist, black box with a padlock, where you can't move. Left me in there for 2 days to eat like that. So this white inmate, J.D. Tackett, Warhorse, he's like Gunsmoke. And white boys in there can fight though. They'll fight all day. So J.D. Tackett hollered at me and said, hey, Fleece, they still got you like that? I said, yeah. Everybody, the whole cell house flooded. Flooded, they said. Everybody stopped their toilet off, flooded water this high, man. You know what? He said, man, we did what we did now. Man, show us something. I said, like what, J.D.? He said, get up out of there. And I did. I broke all that stuff off of me. But you know what? I forgive them because they did me like that two more times. Put me in all this stuff. 2 sets of handcuffs. I broke out of all that and tore the whole place up. But now when I think about all that for Christmas, I forgive them. How about the time when the warden shot me? I forgive it. How about the time when an inmate came up to me and said, hey, a guard paid me to kill you, gave me this knife, a big old butcher knife. He said, man, we don't do that. We ain't gonna let these pigs, that's how the white boy put it. We don't work for the pigs like that. I said, who was it? He said, I ain't gonna tell you his name. But I found out anyway. But check this out, I forgive him. I forgive him. All the stuff that MSNBC did to me, and all the other cable companies put my name out there, I reflect on you, I forgive you. I do. I even forgave my wife, right? So this is what I do on Christmas. I go through my man process. Well, let me go back in the penitentiary. The time when they picked me up under my armpit and grabbed my legs and swung me back and forth. 1, 2, 3, and threw me down a big old flight of steps. While my feet was shackled and my hands was handcuffed behind the back. My hands were behind the back when they swung me like that. No way I can break that fall. Threw me down a big flight of steps to go upstairs. You know what? I forgive you, right? When I got out here in society, and they had all this stuff set up for me out here to fail, you know, and when I got that job making 26 an hour, supervisor, running the whole production line, and when the correction cabinet found out about it, I was still on parole then. They took my job. You know what? I forgive them. Yes, I do, man. I forgive people. And it's almost brings tears out of my eyes, bro. You know, hold up. Then I think about my nasty family. My sister that stole my inheritance, that brought a condo with my money. Everybody in my family, they call themselves turning their back on me. For what? When you read my book, you'll see why. You know, it ain't for nothing I did. It's a guilty conscience is there to keep them away from me, right? But I'm fine with it. I forgive my niece, Miss Millionaire, Sonia Overstreet in Ohio. Married a white man. Supervisors over some sort of internet thing. Making all the money, architect, drafting, engineering, master degrees in it. They go through America preaching all these white professors and stuff, right? Getting people all these jobs. And you can't get a job for your uncle. The one that picked you up from school, used to pick you up from school. The one that knew the classroom you sat in. You sat in the first chair. Soon as you would go through the door, they used to go get you your ice cream and stuff. Yeah, I forgive you, Sonya. That's who I do. I forgive people on Christmas, right? What about forgiving my nephew, Quincy? I got to forgive you, Mr. Bank President of a bank. Uncle Fleece, forgive you. I'm out here in society, man. I come from a family. They well to do. They could have me get established out here. They didn't. They got these little attitudes and stuff. I forgive you. That's what I do for Christmas.
Hey, Fleece, I got a comment about the difference between companionship and friendship in prison among men. How do you get companionship from a man?
Well,
that's not a friendship or vice versa.
Well, ain't no such thing as a companionship in prison is really a relationship. You know what I mean? Y'all going together.
Yeah, they actually say going together.
Yeah. That's what companionship is in prison. It means I'm either fucking you or you fucking me or we fucking both of us. It means we together. Companions together. We do everything together, man. We make love to each other. We do this. We do each other's hurt. We do this and do that. Friendship is different. You know, in friendship, you just somebody's friend, right? You know, y'all eat together, fight together, and that's about it. Write letters, try to get ladies and get money. It's not the same as companionship. In companionship, somebody's kissing and fucking in prison. If you my companion, we have sex. We belong to each other. Yeah, that's what a companionship is in prison. You know, but people ain't into that, have this friendship, you know.
So, let me ask you this. You said you was fighting so much you really didn't have time to have long-term companionships.
Right.
Because you was too busy fighting.
Yeah, I mean, well, let me put it to you in the right word. homosexual relationship. You know, I done got to the point now, man, where I don't sugarcoat nothing. I just come out and say it, right?
Right.
Gay relationships, right? I ain't have time for. I'm fighting too much. Every time you turn around, I'm fighting, right? It wasn't meant for me to be gay. It wasn't meant for me to be a sissy, to hang around sissies or nothing like that. Because I'm fighting battles, man, and I got enemies, right? And my enemies is strong, right? But I defeated all my enemies by my strategies and stuff, right? Not by strength, man. They had me out strength, you know, but I outthought them. And a lot of time I relied on my punch. So these people's carrying knives and weapons. I ain't got time to walk around trying to be nobody's bitch, you know. And I got people who won't fight me, right? What I got time to do is drop down, do some push-ups, 50 push-ups a set. Do my squats, do 3,000 squats a day. You know, prepare myself to battle.
Has anybody ever messed with your mate in there when you had one?
No, well, no, nobody ever. They don't, prison is real strict on that. And you know the crazy thing about prison? They treat them gays better than they treat their wives on the street.
Yeah, you said that.
Yes, they
That's
do.
crazy.
They do. The money she gives him, he gives to his sissy. He gives his sissy the money that his wife and his girlfriend sends him. He's paying a sissy. Sissy's getting all the money. And then after sissy get enough, sissy will end up getting him.
So they the pimp then.
Man, they always been. You know, that's a prisons or sissy's paradise. They can go in there and be rich, man. They got people in there that own 300-400 acres of land on the street, businesses and stuff. And sissy's playing them in there. And they take and load their account up, bank account, everything. Sissies come out of prison rich, man. That's why most sissies you see come out of prison, they got their own business and stuff. Somebody in there done brought it. They done brought it. A lot of dudes and real good looking dudes that go to prison with the GQ book and the tighten up haircuts and all that. They always at the barber shop, got all the money, can pull out a big wad of money on the streets. Them chicks heard about it. They end up getting it. Yeah, they get a lot of their money, man. And but me particularly, my thing was I'm fighting for causes, right? I can't fight my cause being weak. I can't fight my cause being involved in gay activities and stuff. So I got to fight, man. I got to go on and exercise and fight. So, cause I stayed in a hole a lot, man. So that's why, man. I gave up that lifestyle, and I'm glad I did. It's nasty. How you doing? Happy New Year's. I wish y'all a Merry Christmas. So I'm wishing y'all a Happy New Year. With best wishes, man. It's New Year coming in.
2024.
2024. It's going to be rough. This is going to be the year where we're going to see if whether or not there's going to be a riot in this country over this Donald Trump stuff. Because a lot
like a civil war?
Well, yeah. I don't know, man. But I know this about white people, man. I ain't going to take this away from them. They are fighters, man. They fight. You know, when I thought about white people, I said, who's a white person? America, got a lot of white people. Britain, even though they British, they white. Russians, even though they Russians, they white. Germans, even though they Germans, they white people. You know, the nationality ain't their race. You know, German ain't the race of a white person, it's just the nationality of one. Understand that. So when you understand these white people, understand where they at, man. And how much they done did in this earth, right? And so 2024 gonna be a year of a lot of people gonna get busted out in 2024. The movie stars and rappers and celebrities that's been in the closet. That been in the closet. It's coming out, man. Everybody's coming out. You know, now we got TD Jakes gonna have to explain himself, right? Big religious man that walks around with his hand on his hip and always fold his hand all the time. He gonna have to explain why he was in the company of a known sissy celebrating with him. We see TD Jakes, he'll walk around, he'll talk, he'll throw his hand, he'll say, God. And what you gonna do? He'll put both hands on his hip. And I've seen a lot of signs in him, but I didn't ever judge him, and I'm not judging him now. You know, but a lot of people gonna have to explain themselves, right? 2024. And I ask anybody out there that knows anybody that's in the closet, celebrities, that had anything to do with all this stuff going on with Biggie and Tupac and all the other nasties, bring them out. We deserve to know this, man. You know, and I appreciate Ice Cube, man. Everybody in the hood appreciate Ice Cube from coming forward, right? Is there any other strong brothers out there in the rap game? What, y'all afraid to speak your man? I don't know what people think about me. I'm going to tell you what we'll think about you. We'll look at you, man, as something special, man. Something special. Tell us the truth of what's going on, man. And all you people up there, remember this too. P. Diddy, he knows a whole lot. He knows a whole lot about who he been with. Will Smith, since they want to bust you out, I'm sure you've been with more than the person you with. Bust the rest of them out. Let's hear what you got to say. Since, you know, I'm telling you this, Will Smith, the best way to turn the tables is to turn the damn table. You know, turn it off for you to someone else. Let's talk about them. And I know you know a lot of gay celebrities, Will Smith. You know, and you might say it's not your place. You took this, man, a word on what? To keep what secret? See, that's how the devil is able to corrupt a whole nation. He got everybody in the nation want to keep his evils a secret. Don't tell what I got y'all to do. That's the devil. Don't ever tell it. If you tell it, they're going to call you a rat. Are they going to do this and that? That's devil stuff. You know, being bewitched. I'm asking Will Smith, Kevin Hart, everybody up there that knows somebody, and you know it, put it out there. Put it out there, man. You know, don't leave us in this fantasy about y'all, man. Running around thinking y'all better than us because y'all rich, y'all powerful, y'all got more money. We know y'all human. And let me say this about the men in Hollywood. I done seen a lot of men in Hollywood. I done seen they ladies on Hollywood, housewives and all that. Them ladies is bombshells, bro. They don't mess with a man except his man got money. So we already know you brought your lady. We already know that you ain't packing enough to satisfy her. Most of them Hollywood stars, they got cat dicks. They ain't got laws like the hood dudes. They stuff is so small that them girls don't even feel them. But they with them for their money and for their fame and for the fortune. And then these guys here, they do things. They get with other men. Tell their wife, I'll be at the office all night, honey. And, okay. And he's there with another man. So, they got everybody they trying to crucify. Let me tell you about the persecution. Let me call it that. Remember, there was a band of people that told Jesus, told Pilate, the king that wanted to kill Jesus, his blood be on us and on our children. And it was so. Throughout our generations, they cursed. The children of those that crucified Jesus is going to multiply and just spread it all over the world, man. And we can see them in our societies, man. You know them by their roots, their pattern. And they got that same persecution thing that they had back in his day, where they'll take a part of your life, put it out there, and you're going to get persecuted. So I'm asking everybody that's up under that, you know what? Let's let the cat out of the bag all the way. Let's tell everybody's business. We want to hear it.